Yo squad, it's the exam coach checking in with you. Motivation. I've always viewed it as the fire burning inside of us that gives us the energy to do stuff every day. Now, as we all know, you need a pretty toasty fire to help motivate you for your exams. So here's 5 things you can do to avoid dousing the flames of your fire. Let's get fired up. That had to be done. Let's actually go now. Okay, so let's set the scene. Who's the motivation master? Who's the authority here? Who understands how motivation actually works?
He told the guy, he said, when you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful.
E.T. the hip hop preacher, he does get me fired up. But the guy who's really gone into the detail on how motivation works is Daniel Pink in his book, Drive. He talks about 2 types of motivation, intrinsic and extrinsic motivation. Intrinsic motivation. This is motivation to perform an activity for its own sake and your own personal satisfaction. Extrinsic motivation. This is when we're motivated to earn a material reward or avoid punishment. Now, both types of motivation have their uses. So with them in mind, let's get into 5 ways to not motivate yourself for exams. Number 1, becoming motivated by how long you study for. Guys, this is the number 1 thing that if you're doing it, you need to reconsider. Being motivated by the time spent sat at your desk revising is going to give you this full sense of progress and feel-good vibes that come exam day are not going to deliver the results you want. It's never about how long you spend revising. It's always about how thoroughly you're covering each topic in your syllabus or subject specification. Be motivated by working through the syllabus as quickly and as effectively as possible. Constantly double check that you truly understand the information the exam's going to be on. And then it's just a case of self-testing and repetitions to make sure you remember the information. And you know what? We all do it. I used to kid myself into thinking I'd covered everything when really 80% of the time spent sat at my desk, I was either daydreaming or just tapping away on my phone. Yeah, back in the day I loved a pork pie. The punchline is external nebulous factors like time studied for don't matter much. What actually matters is your honest reflection with what you do and don't know in the syllabus, and that will keep you on track up to the exam. The second way not to motivate yourself for exams is money. We all know this happens. You get that friend who says she's getting a couple of stacks on the side dependent on what grades she gets. I also like to call it making it rain with a sweet set of C's. But here's the thing. According to how motivation actually works, awarding money for the completion of a task is an extrinsic form of motivation. It's an external reward. Pink sums it up like this. Extrinsic motivation can be effective in the short term by encouraging mechanical tasks and compliance. But you and I both know exams are a long-term game. They're about consistency over an extended period of time. As a motivational tactic, getting paid at the end of your exams, dependent on your grades, doesn't make sense. Perhaps it might work better if you were getting paid at the end of every day of revision. Now, you're really talking. That's cash flow right there. You can thank me later. Look, the bottom line is, don't do it for the money. Money will undermine your intrinsic motivation to find the personal meaning why you want to do well in your exams. The third way not to motivate yourself for exams is wanting to get high grades to impress your parents. As much as possible, you want to find your own reasons for wanting to do well. Again, this is intrinsic motivation working in our favor over the long term to achieve a long-term goal like high exam performance. Doing things because we find personal growth and value in them is going to help us push through the tough times. Reacting to and being motivated by what other people think has got to be a lot lower down on your list of priorities. Yeah, wanting to make your parents proud can be a motivational factor, but it shouldn't be the primary one. Ultimately, you've got to want to do it for you. Number 4, being motivated by what will happen if you don't do something or the punishment that will come from it. I like to think about this like being pushed to do something versus being pulled towards it. Fear pushes you. Yeah, it can work on a day-to-day basis, but it's not sustainable. Every day, you're going to feel pressure and stress, which eventually are going to take their toll on you and your grades. On the other hand, the feeling of being pulled towards something because you see the value in it works so much better over the long term. Become motivated by the skills exams can build in you and overcoming the day-to-day challenges. Seeing the broader purpose of exams and using them as experiences to put yourself in a stronger position to take opportunities down the line is a big part of this. Focus on what you can win, not what you're going to lose if things don't go to plan. The 5th and final way not to motivate yourself for exams is comparing yourself to other people. Here's the thing, the world's a way bigger place than the 9, 16, 30, however many people are in your chemistry class on a Tuesday morning. Don't compare. If you're currently graded at the top or the bottom, it doesn't matter. Run your own race. Looking around and comparing yourself with other people the whole time is going to do you no good. You're going to have way less time to actually focus on what you're doing and how you can improve. Yeah, a bit of healthy competition is good, but do it with an appreciation of how many people there are in the world, the fact that we all learn and develop at different rates, and there's loads of different types of intelligences out there. Just try to do your best. Focus on your own improvement. And never ever stop learning and trying to get better. If you found this video informative, give it a like. Any questions, whack them in the comments. If you want more videos like this in the lead up to your exams, subscribe. I'm checking out.